Hello, 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 friends. What a start this was. Not only do we have actual background music in the like main menu, holy shit, but I also almost dropped my controller when I unmuted the mic. So we're having a fun time today. But yeah, welcome to Tangle Tower. It kind of feels like so far the vibes of Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. So that was fun. But let's start the game. Oh, this kind of looks like Chowder. Okay. The beginning. Okay. Oh, Tangle Tower. Mid-afternoon. Alright, I think the sound should be fine. Lake's Edge. Okay.
You ready, Sally?
Oh, hello. Voice acting. Okay, let's see how the sound is.
Grimore, I've been standing here for 7.5 minutes.
Okay.
Just checking.
You
Alright.
have the map.
Yeah, but it's basically blank. Did you read the case file? What do you think?
I'm not sure yet. It's really not a lot to go on.
Okay.
Did you read it?
Yeah, I'll read it on the way to the crime scene.
Yeah, just casually, it's fine. Case file. Murder victim Freya Fellow died whilst painting a portrait of Flora Fallow. Location: Flora's tower. Flora was present as she was posing for a portrait. Freya Fellow was found lying on her back with a single stab wound on her chest. No weapon was found at the scene, but the subject of Freya's unfinished painting is holding a knife. The red color on the tip of the knife is not paint. It was discovered to be blood. Tangle Tower. A small painting on a scrap of paper. A few notes have been written on the back. Nowadays it goes by Tangle Tower, but it's actually a pair of towers connected by a mansion at the base. It is surrounded by a circular lake. The water is an unusual mix of colors. The lake is enclosed by sheer pale cliffs. They're too steep and smooth to climb. Tangle Tower is currently home to both the Fellow family and the Pointer family. Okay. There's the painting. There's the body. There's the palette. There's Freya. Okay. The paintbrush. Okay. Okay, so the buttons do stuff. Okay. Freya. Freya Fellow. Okay. How was Freya killed? Okay. Freya Fellow. Okay. English, that's fine. Ambiance, sound effects, music, voice, art gallery. Detective Grimoire. Oh, cool. Nice. Art by Adam Vion. Hello, Adam. Oh, okay, I kind of like this. I really like this. Anything new? Oh, wow, look at you. Brown, brown, and brown. Mmm. Got it. Pink's masquerading as brown. Yeah, I could see like a pink tone here. A little brown there. Fair, okay. Alright. Cool. Oh, I can go full screen. Okay, cool. Alright, Lake's Edge.
It's a bird bath.
It is a bird
Is
bath.
that just rainwater? Looks a little weird.
Yeah,
The birds seem to like it.
yeah. Why is your voice familiar?
They're even singing a little tune. Doot, 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 doot.
Do, 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 do.
Please don't do that.
Okay.
It's just an archway, but it seems a little ominous. Like walking through it might give you bad luck.
Too late.
Yeah, honey, I'm standing underneath it. Oh, so it's like, kind of like Clue, okay. Okay. The gardens. Alright.
Spooky.
Spooky.
It's for.
I wish I could like
I
auto
think
do the
it's to scare
text.
away detectives.
Is it working?
No.
Hold on, can I go to options real quick? No. Autosave on. Okay. That's fine.
It's a bandstand.
Bit small for a bandstand.
It's a one-man bandstand.
Ah. I was looking at the egg.
It's a stone carving. Wonder how it got cracked.
I think it's supposed to look like that. It's an egg.
This is some garden.
Do the plants all look a little strange to you?
A bit, yeah.
It's a statue of some hideous,
Okay.
scaly, bipedal fish monster
Yeah.
Playing a harp.
playing a harp. Hang on a second.
Oh.
This isn't just a regular statue, is it?
Something tells me we're not gonna solve this just yet.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like this puzzle can be solved yet. I mean, I could brute force it,
Come back later.
but that's gonna be a while, assuming there's like at least 4
Must
shapes,
do something.
right?
You'd hope so, wouldn't you?
The harp statue. An old weathered statue of an amphibious creature holding a large harp. Symbols are engraved on each of the harp's 4 column segments. Okay. I wish there was a way to get out of here without having to like click the button. Oh well. Alright, can I keep going?
And it's full of the same weird water that was in the lake.
Yeah, but there's something bubbling
Any
there.
fish in there?
Not a single one. Although there is something in there.
It's a cassette tape. Or it used to be.
Okay. Damaged tape. The cassette tape has been damaged by water. The ink on the label is blurred and illegible. Got it. Okay, I don't think there's anything else to look at then. I mean, there's something glowing up there.
It's a bandstand.
Yeah, okay.
It's small for a bandstand.
It's a one-man
Maybe it's just the
bandstand.
thing. Okay. And then this thing?
What animal is that?
Hawk.
Bear.
Lizard.
Lizard?
Right, of course. A hawk bear lizard.
Alright. And then we go into the tower. The main entrance.
Oh.
What?
The O is missing.
Oh. There's an O on the floor.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Tangle tour.
Twir.
Twir.
Oh.
What?
Oh.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Tangle.
Twir.
Twir, twir. Alright.
Do you think he'll start to move if we try to go inside?
Well, there's an envelope too I want to look at too.
No, I think he'll just silently judge us.
Is that an envelope?
It's been opened, but the letter's still in there. Let's read it.
Isn't that an invasion of someone's...
Well, they already opened it.
No, definitely.
The open letter. The envelope has been ripped open. There is a single piece of paper inside. The combination is drawn on the other sheet. Once you have it memorized, destroy it. I do not agree with your reasons. You will not find it down there. Oh, is that it? Okay. No dead giveaway clues. Okay.
Don't think it's locked.
Well, that means we can just walk straight in, right?
I'm pretty sure that's the rule, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Should we ring the doorbell?
Why would we not? It's a little melody.
Okay. Well. We can go inside or we can go over here.
Let's head to the crime scene first.
Okay.
It's at the top of the west tower, I think.
Okay, so the left tower, I guess? Hello! I'm not breaking and entering. I'm invading your privacy, but respecting it by knocking and entering anyway.
Now it's a big glass tube filled with...
What is that? Like a family tree?
There are weeds in there. And sand.
An aquarium.
It's an aquarium?
Could be. Except there's nothing living in it. Anymore.
Okay.
What is that?
What is that?
I think it's a family tree.
Okay. Lord Fellow, Lady Fellow. Selena Stonetop, married to Lord Fellow. And had Felicia Fellow. And Damien Dusk had Freya Fellow. Lady Fellow and Lord Fellow had Flint Fellow and Felix Fellow. Flint married Emily Everstone to have Fitz Fellow. Lord Remington and Lady Remington had Flora Remington and Primrose Remington and Richard Remington. Felix and Flora got married and had Fiona Fellow. And then, I don't know why this half is here, but okay. Oh, it's the Pointer, that's the other half. Lord Pointer, Lady Pointer, Percival Pointer, Primrose, got married and had Poppy. And Buck Brackley and Pandora Pointer had Penelope with a weird E.
Penelope Pointer.
Yeah.
Half Pointer, half Brackley.
Do you think she still lives here?
I don't know. Freya.
Freya Fellow.
The murder victim.
She's barely related to the main family at all.
Yeah. Who is she marrying? Who is she painting? Fiona Fellow?
Fiona Fellow. Dead center. She must be important.
She's half Fellow and half Remington.
Do you think she still lives here?
I don't know. I mean, they're probably going to say that for everybody.
Lady Fellow.
Do these people not have first names?
Yeah. I don't know if I'm supposed to glean anything else from here, but I think we're good. Okay. Well, let's go upstairs, I guess. The murder victim is all the way up there. Damn, there's a lot of rooms here. Okay. I guess let's go upstairs to the murder victim. Or to the murder scene of the crime. There we go. Murder room. The murder room. Flora's Tower. Hello, Miss Flora.
Let's take a look at that painting first.
Okay.
There it is. The unfinished portrait of Flora Fellow.
So, what? Freya was killed halfway through painting it?
More than halfway.
Looks that way.
Flora was unable to finish the painting as she died sometime during the process. Flora appears to be wielding a knife. The red substance on the tip was discovered to be blood. I don't know what this does, if anything.
I wonder if all of Freya's paintings are this creepy. Maybe it's just because she never got to finish it.
There's
Maybe.
something wrong with the crime scene. And something really weird about the murder weapon.
We didn't find a murder weapon.
Yeah. Oh, there's something very strange about how Freya was killed. Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know if I know this yet. It's holding a knife tipped with blood? But it was removed from the scene?
Flora Fellow is holding a knife tipped with blood, but it was removed from the scene. Nope.
Oh. Was the painting somehow involved in the attack on Freya? Okay. So... Flora's portrait was holding a typed in blood, but it was removed from the scene?
Flora's portrait is
I have no
holding a
idea.
knife tipped with blood, but it was removed from the scene. Almost. Maybe just change one thing.
Okay. Because it stabbed Freya?
Flora's
There we go.
portrait is holding a knife tipped with blood because it stabbed Freya.
What?
Weird, huh?
You think Freya was stabbed by a painting? Not by the woman from the painting, but by the painting itself.
Mm-hmm. Freya was standing right up by the canvas when she was killed. There's blood on the knife. It's the murder weapon.
Right.
Oh.
But it's not actually a knife.
This kind of reminds me of like Ed and Eddie art style.
See any other knives around here?
Hmm.
Case closed.
The case is not closed.
Yeah.
Even if you were right, where does that leave us? A painting can't be a murder suspect.
Good point. Tangle Tower. An unfinished painting. Continue. Huh. It's pretty cute. Alright.
Is that an egg?
Yeah.
An egg with bird feet.
It's also covered in gemstones.
Why is this voice actor
A
familiar?
completely ordinary object.
Oh.
I think it's a container for something.
Those gems look like they come off.
It's some kind of clue about where to put the gemstones.
Okay. Oh, okay. So... Well, I mean, if I could just rotate it, it's fine. So, let's see. I need to move this somewhere. Oh. Can I just switch them like this? I don't like the controls. Okay. The green one goes there. The triangle goes there. We're gonna start at, not 12 o'clock, we're gonna start at 1 and go from there. Oh, how do I do the heart in the middle, though? Okay, so this one goes there? Because it's not... Oh. Oh. They go on this side. Okay. This doesn't explain how the heart gets in the middle. Oh, is it pathway based? Oh, okay. It's not location based. That makes sense. Okay. So I need purple and yellow on these corners. So I need purple here, I think, and then yellow here. I'll double check that real quick. Okay. Okay, so that's that one. The one that has the shortest, thickest line that is a bent, that is angular, is green and red. This one, so green is on top, red is on bottom, I think. Yes, green is on the longer side. Okay, and so the longer one is purple and blue. Blue's on the longer side, so blue goes here. Purple goes there. Okay. There. Okay. Aiming in this thing sucks. Okay, so then the angular one that has looked like the state of Oklahoma, Texas, kind of a topper, is blue and red. So blue and red. The blue goes on the longer edge, and red goes on the other edge. Okay, blue. Red. Okay. So then the yellow and green are in the squares, so the yellow and green go here, so I need the green from this guy. I think that goes there. Yes. And then purple and purple go there. Is that everything?
I got it.
There you go.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, okay. Took me a second.
Did it unlock? What's in there?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Well, I'm not leaving without a clue. An empty egg is a clue, right?
Yeah. An empty egg. Once unlocked, the egg can be opened, but it's currently empty. The lining of the egg is soft, velvet-like material. The egg is supported by a stand made of brass. It rests on 3 strange feet with pointed claws. Okay. Hey. Hi. Oh, wow, you look...
Flora.
Flora.
Oh.
Well, yes.
Hey, sorry to barge in. I'm sure you're still in some distress.
We need to ask you a few questions, I'm afraid.
Did you witness the murder, Flora?
Are you taking a vow of silence?
What do we do?
Not sure. She's entitled to her silence, I suppose.
For now.
Can you tell us about yourself?
Is there anything you'd like to tell us, Flora?
The answer is
I
no.
don't really know anything about you at all.
I think that's the way she likes it.
Okay. She's
We'll
like,
just
yes.
have to ask other people about her.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Can you tell us anything about
Freya
yesterday?
was painting your portrait yesterday. Is that right?
Was this something you had planned with her ahead of time?
Was there something special about yesterday?
Did you talk to Freya at all while she was painting you?
She's not going to answer us, is she?
Nope. But at least we can say we tried.
Yeah, that's fair.
Flora, you were definitely in the room at the time of the murder. Surely you must have seen something?
I don't have my water.
Can
It's
you
right
tell
over
me
here.
anything
Hello.
about what happened to Freya?
The wind blows through my hair.
She's acting
It answers
pretty
nothing.
suspicious if you ask.
I don't know. Maybe she really doesn't know anything.
How is that possible?
She was behind the frame. Okay. Alright, fair enough.
There it is. The unfinished portrait of Flora Fellow.
So, what? Freya was killed halfway through painting it?
Looks that way.
Okay. Alright, we already have that. That's fine. A gramophone?
Is that a gramophone?
I think so. Except it's got a tape deck instead of a turntable.
Oh, cool.
It's also got a big crack down the middle.
Oh, wow. It plays cassettes, tape, instead of vinyl records. It is pointed towards the middle of the room. There's a noticeable crack running through it, all the way from the horn down to the tape deck.
What about the cassette tape?
Yeah, it sure is. Pink.
To Freya. The cassette tape has a crack down the middle. There's a handwritten message on the label, to Freya. Okay.
Do you think it still works?
Maybe.
The gramophone? We could give it a go.
I don't know if I need to do anything else here.
The outline of Freya Fellow. Looks like she fell onto her back. There's a single patch of blood, right in the middle. No real signs of a struggle.
Yeah.
That's weird.
What?
Her feet were right up by the canvas.
So?
So she was probably standing really close to the canvas when she fell.
Let's check the case file again.
I mean...
Freya's painting supplies.
Small pots of red, yellow, blue, black, and white paint. The glass pots are all cracked down one side. Okay.
Freya's painting supplies.
Ah, okay. I didn't really want to keep looking at that, but that's fine. Okay. Can I leave? I guess let's just start going down. Why not? The workshop, okay. Oh, hey.
A little hand-painted statue.
How can you tell it's hand-painted?
Well, the paints are right there on the desk. Also, I mean, no offense, but you can just tell.
Yeah, no offense. You can... Oh, you can tell. A wooden carving of a man holding a sword. Is that Cloud? Mixed with Link, maybe? The model's been hand-painted, but the paint is not skillfully applied. Yellow, blue, black, and white paints are found nearby. But there's no red, but the painting has red on it. Like, I mean, you can't make red with these 4 colors, so... Hi.
Sir? Can you hear me?
Are you
I'm
awake?
Private Detective Grimoire. I have some questions for you.
Grimoire. Good mysterious name. I'd rather like it. Felix
Okay.
Fellow at your beck and call.
Felix
And,
Fellow.
This is my colleague, Sally.
Yeah, that's a perfectly
Common name.
good name
Yeah.
as well.
It's a common name, I guess.
If you would, Mr. Fellow, we really need to ask you about the murder.
Well, I must say I'm rather jealous of you two.
Oh, yeah? Why's that?
Yeah.
You're solving mysteries.
What?
Exploring new places.
Yeah,
uncovering
sure.
Secret rooms, hidden treasures.
I mean, it's fine.
That's
Don't
what
quote.
life
Don't get me
is
wrong.
Secret rooms?
But yeah.
about.
Generally speaking, you know. So there are secret rooms. Got it. That sort of thing. Okay. Can you tell us about yourself as my headset disconnects? Thank you, headset. Thank you.
So, Felix,
Thank
what
you.
exactly do you
Do.
Is it not obvious? I'm an explorer. Explorer slash treasure hunter. Yes, well,
Okay.
best in the world.
Best
We're
in the
talking
world, sure
like
there is.
Curse statues, spike pits.
It's a little more sophisticated than that. But I've certainly seen my share of danger, if that's what you're asking.
And, if I may ask, when did you retire?
You listen here. I may be
Yeah.
between ventures.
Yeah,
right
I'm in
now.
between jobs, don't ask
It's
questions.
in my nature to stay in one place for too long. I go wherever the winds of destiny take me.
Don't you live here with your wife and daughter?
Yes, well, the fellow family has certain loyalties, and with Flora the way she is,
Nothing wrong with raising a family, Mr. Fellow.
don't misunderstand me. Fiona and Flora are my entire world. They are the greatest treasure of all.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Can you tell us about yesterday?
Why on earth would you want to know about that?
The murder of Freya Fellow.
Yeah,
The reason we're here.
right? The murder
Right.
that happened yesterday?
Business, very unfortunate. I regret that I can't be of any help, but I wish you all the best in your investigation.
Hear that, Grimoire? We're done here. Let's go.
It's a simple question, Felix. I'm sure you're up to it.
There's not much to tell. Mostly, I was in my room by myself, working on
Okay.
on a project.
Your room is quite close to Flora's tower. You didn't hear anything unusual?
What qualifies as unusual?
What have you got?
Okay, well, let's go for the statement.
It was dusk. A feeling
Okay.
lingered in the air. Malevolent, perhaps. Uncertain, as life
Definitely,
itself.
right?
Abridged version, please.
Right, fine. I heard someone heading down the stairs, just outside my room. The
Okay.
footsteps were calm, orderly, so I thought nothing of it. Shortly afterward, I heard a second set of footsteps, going the same way. This time I could tell just from the sound that something was wrong. So I looked out into the hallway. I got a glimpse of Poppy disappearing down the staircase to the floor below.
Okay.
Didn't know what to make of it, to be honest. I thought perhaps she'd had a disagreement with Fitz, as I know those two are close. So I looked into his room, just in case, but it was empty, as was the garden beyond his window. Back in the hallway, I bumped into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading up Fellow Tower to find Professor Pointer, so I escorted her. We went into Flora's room. Poor Freya was laying on the floor. Fiona, Poppy, Fitz, and Pointer were there already. Flora, too, of course. Soon
Okay.
enough, everyone else made their excuses and left.
Including you?
Not I. I stayed. Flora needed me.
Okay. Well, thank you. I think that's all for now. Alright, well. I mean, there's probably flavor text for everything. Does he sleep in a hammock?
It's kind of worn out.
Yeah.
I would politely describe it as lived in.
I need to look at this voice actor. I'm sorry. He is so familiar. Where's my phone? Let me go. Edwin Tiong, Amberly Connors. Is there anyone who I recognize so far? No. Okay. Let's see, what do I know you from? Edwin? Cassette Beats? I need to play Cassette Beats. Tangle Tower, My Time at Portia, Tuss. I mean, not really. I did play My Time at Portia, though. Detective Grimoire has another video game? Shit. Okay, nothing I would have, like, recognized. Holy shit. Huh. Nothing that would, like, jump out at me. Yeah, no. Then Amberly, let's see. Amber... Nothing so far. Well, she is in Unicorn Overlord, but I haven't played that one yet. It's to do next week. Rune Factory, no. No, nothing so far. Interesting. Maybe that's just the voices themselves are so distinct. Or like so like familiar in a way. Because there's still nothing. I haven't even seen like any of the anime that she's been in. Maybe Pokemon Evolutions, but even then that's probably a rough stretch. And I'm back in 2021, so I don't know if there would have been anything there. No? No, it's interesting though. Like the voice acting in this game. It's not bad. I just don't know where these things would be from. Because yeah, I'm back in 2020, and even then I'm like, no. Huh. Oh, Borderlands 3. That might be it. Are there in previous Borderlands? Well, Fruits Basket, so that could be it as well. I did watch the remake for Fruits Basket, so that could be it. But even then, there's not much that they've been in that I've actually like seen. Interesting. Well, good for them. Like for being such like, I mean, especially the guy. He hasn't done that much. Not to say like he's not a good voice actor, but like they've been really crushing it.
Locked.
Okay. Well, I think we're gonna uncover people person by person, room by room. This is Freya's room. Okay.
That painting is really something.
Yeah.
Why would you want it looming over your bed like that?
I don't know.
Maybe
Why not?
Freya enjoyed the atmosphere it creates.
Yeah.
The atmosphere of chaos and oppression?
Hang on. There's a smaller version down by the floor.
It's a photograph.
Okay. Piece of adhesive tape is stuck on. Lines have been drawn with black ink around the edges. Okay.
It's a little glass box.
I think it's a vivarium.
Come again?
See the leaves and twigs in there? Might have been for keeping insects.
Okay. There's an interesting red light too.
Not the kind of lamp I choose for my bedroom, but fair enough.
Yeah.
That's cool. Looks like old mining equipment or something.
Yeah. I don't think there's much else for me to look at though. Nothing is like sparking joy.
It's a fish, I think.
It's clearly a fish.
I think it looks more like a whale.
Oh, fair enough.
Fine, it's a whale.
Could also be a shark.
Okay, I think we're good. I don't think there's much in Freya's room. So I guess let's go downstairs again. Ah. Who are we finding in here? The library. Hello. Ooh, fun. So I wonder if this is anything, these things.
Books about space.
Yeah.
Relatively untouched.
Maybe not, because there's some on the other side. Okay.
Books about insects.
Well, theoretically.
There's none
There's only
there.
a single book on that shelf.
Huh.
Books about geography.
Skip. Books about ancient history, I think.
Castles?
These books are ancient history. I think they'd crumble into dust if I tried to pick them up.
Good
Okay.
excuse.
Thanks. Books about geography.
Skip.
Okay.
A book on the floor. Fundamental entomology.
I guess somebody dropped it. It's an illustrated book about birds.
It's been left open. Looks like somebody was halfway through reading it.
Or it was left open for us to find.
To find.
Ever so slightly unnerving.
Yeah. Okay. A bird book. The ink dip is a remarkably intelligent bird with a very long lifespan, even among avian mystids. Other birds are often aggressive towards it, and the ink dip lives in most of its life alone. It has a particular feeding habit and usually only eats the seeds of the Tantum amica pictured. Okay. Can I investigate this? The plant looks familiar.
Curious. I would expect bacteria of that nature to thrive in these conditions.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Taking all the environmental factors into account, there must be something I am still missing.
May I talk to you, miss?
She knows we're here. She just doesn't care.
Yeah.
I am a detective, and I need to talk.
Correction. You do not need to talk to me.
Oh no? How come?
Yeah, how come?
I am not a suspect. I am completely innocent of any and all crimes.
Thanks for letting me know.
Speaking of which, you have now been at Tangle Tower for over 23 minutes. Surely you have already reached a sturdy hypothesis.
A hypothesis? About the murder?
Yeah, come on, Grimoire, hurry up.
My apologies. Unfortunately, protocol dictates I must at least meet all the suspects. And that includes you. So, could you tell me your name?
Fifi Fellow, microbiologist, inventor, innovator.
Can you tell me about yourself?
You will need to be more specific. Oneself cannot be summarized in a single response without doing one a great disservice.
That's fair.
True.
Well, first of all, you're a fellow. So does that make you the daughter of...
Correct. My father and mother are named Flora and Felix, but you need not question either of them. It will only waste valuable time. Neither of them are capable of murder.
Thanks for the tip.
Yeah.
Fifi, you said you were a micro...
Biologist?
something or other?
Microbiologist, but it is an insignificant label. My studies cannot be categorized in any one recognized field.
What made you want to become a scientist in the first place?
I harbor an intrinsic fascination with the microscopic. I constructed my first one at age 10.
Constructed a microscope?
Correct.
And what's that thing on your head? Did you make that too?
My eyesight began to deteriorate when I turned 12. Not satisfied with the eyeglasses prescribed to me, I designed this custom lens instead. It automatically adjusts based on the surrounding light conditions.
Does it glow red when you get angry?
No, but that would be most amusing.
Yeah. Okay. Can you tell me about
Can you
yesterday?
tell me about the murder?
What can you tell me about... Wait, that's what I'm supposed to ask you.
Yes, however, you were too slow.
You fancy yourself a detective too, Fifi?
I just need to know what happened.
Me too. So talk.
Fine. I knew ahead of time that Freya was going to be busy with her painting all day, so I had planned to spend the afternoon with Poppy. I was in the library all morning preparing the equipment for an experiment, only to find out that Poppy had made other plans and she was in fact planning to ignore me completely.
Oh.
Okay.
So what did you do
That sucks.
instead?
I locked myself in my room and cried.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Why?
I don't know, it just sounds kind of sad.
Yeah.
It is not unusual.
Oh. Good.
Can we get a statement, please?
I was in my room. The lights were off and the door was locked. Someone began banging on the door. I ignored it until the someone began shouting at me. I opened the door. Poppy came into my room. Her makeup was leaking. She told me Freya was dead. I did not believe it. I thought she was playing a trick on me, so I punched her in the face. She insisted that we go up to Flora's tower. We left the room, and Poppy's father was waiting outside. He followed us upstairs. When I saw Freya lying on the floor, I was completely and utterly devastated. Then, I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting. Poppy and I took the sample back downstairs to the library. We performed a test and found out that it was, in fact, blood.
You performed that scientific test immediately, even though you were feeling so upset?
Of course. Why
Science
would
made for no
one
one's.
the other?
Yeah. Okay. Well, fine by me, thank you.
Fifi's bedroom should be unlocked now.
Oh,
Can't
okay.
Wait.
Let's go later. Let's keep going. I want to kind of go through all the rooms we can. Maybe we'll go out downstairs and outside. Just for funsies. The stone square. Hello. There's a bench.
There's a metal plaque on the bench.
Is there a message engraved on it?
I think there was at one point, but someone scratched it off.
Okay. Hey. Hi.
Nice cape.
You're not fellows or pointers. I'm sure I shall immediately regret asking. But who are you, and what is your business here?
I'm Sally, and this is my sidekick Grimoire.
A private detective, Grimoire.
Really? You're a detective?
Yes.
This is a joke, it's not a good one.
Who are you, anyway?
Private Detective Hawkshaw.
Oh, nice. Hawkshaw's a cooler name than Grimoire. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll become her sidekick.
You're not on the Freya Fellow case, too, are you?
That is classified information between myself and my client. Clearly, this is something which eludes you. But a real detective refrains from handing out informations to persons unknown.
Oh, right.
Now, if you would, I have work to do.
Alright, Hawkshaw, have fun.
It's not in my interest to discuss personal details.
Even if you're one of the suspects in a murder?
Very well. Let us make a small exception.
Yeah.
Ask.
Oh, what are you doing here?
I'm on a case at the behest of my client.
Can you
How
tell
long
us
have
who
you
your client
been
is?
at Tangle Tower?
133 hours. 5.5 days.
Thank
Who
you.
are you working for?
I am
Classified.
not at liberty to answer that. Now, I shall permit you one more question.
What crime are you...
How'd you get that scar? It's cool.
You really think so?
Yeah. Oh, Hawkshaw!
As it happens, I completed an examination of Flora's room on the morning before the murder. I've been investigating every single room at Tangle Tower. Hers was one of the last on my list.
Did you find anything unusual?
Nothing but a thin layer of dust and an atmosphere of somber melancholy.
Was Flora in there at the time?
She spent the duration of my search staring up at the sky, out the open window. Didn't say
Okay.
a word, although I'm told this is the expected behavior.
What did you do after that?
I spent the early evening searching the library. It took longer than it should have. Fiona leaves that room in a permanent state of disarray.
Fiona was in the library too?
I expected her to make an appearance, but she did not.
And you stayed in the library the rest of the day?
Not quite.
Then
Towards
can I get a
the
statement?
early evening, my examination of the library was unexpectedly disrupted. Sounds of running, wailing, shouting from several floors above. I vacated the library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer appeared. He emerged from the Pointer staircase, crossed the hall, and begun up the fellow staircase. Our eyes met. He was breathless. Something had caused him great alarm.
Okay.
To stay out of the way. I consented. I decided to return to my office in the stone square. As I was passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me. She was clutching the banister of the Pointer staircase with an apprehensive manner. She wished to know where Professor Pointer had gone. I told her what had transpired. Then, she too crossed the hall and disappeared up the fellow staircase.
Okay.
More so than at any moment prior, I felt like quite an intruder in the house. I took my leave, out towards the stone square. The grounds were silent. There were no signs of human life. Even the greenhouse was without its typical inhabitant. I noted that he, too, must be entangled in whatever was transpiring in Fellow Tower. An unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his appearance. He spoke to me of what had occurred.
Okay.
His report was as clumsy and cumbersome as the man giving it.
Did he seem upset?
He was rattled. That much was clear, but sorrowful, mournful. I
Not
can't
quite.
say.
Okay. Alright, cool. So I wonder if I can show them stuff then. Alright, well, let's go to the gardener, I guess. He's been in there this entire time. Hello, friend. What is this?
A little chart of Actually, I have no idea what it's about.
Pi, epsilon, omega, delta, theta, sigma, something, BA. Okay, that's phi. I don't know what X is in Greek.
Kind of reminds me of a periodic table.
Yeah, but not quite. Can I take a picture of it?
What do you make of it?
Not a whole lot.
Okay, Greek letters, okay. Hello, bug.
It's bigger in here than I thought it would be.
No, I want the bug.
That's a handsome beetle. Looks like he might have magic powers.
Hey. Oh,
Don't move.
glowing purple eyes? That's hilarious.
Yeah, I see him.
Yeah. Hello.
He's a little too big to hide in the bushes.
Hi.
Is anyone going to say anything? Or shall we just stand around staring at each other?
Right. Sorry.
Sorry.
That's better. I'm Sally. And the guy hiding behind me is Detective Grimoire. Who are you?
Fitzfellow, the gardener.
Mm-hmm. And why are you so tall?
I don't know.
Okay. Can you tell us about yourself?
You work here as the gardener.
I don't get paid to do it. It's just my area of interest.
Okay.
What's the deal with the plants? They're all kind of weird.
Right.
The
Did
water.
You see the lake?
That giant green and purple lake surrounding the entire house? Yeah, I clocked it.
The color is just a byproduct.
Of what? Poison?
It's not poisonous. Not to you.
What's this got to do with the plants?
The water controls all life, just like
Yeah.
anywhere else on the planet.
Yeah.
Clouds form, rain falls. The water grows the plants, animals eat the plants. Anything you've perceived as an irregularity is simply a result of this hydrological cycle.
Yeah.
Could you say that again, but like condense it as if you were talking to a slightly stupid person?
Our lake water causes the unpredictable alteration of DNA, sometimes.
Alteration? Like mutation?
That'd be the official term. For us,
Yeah.
it's normal. Just nature.
And you're the local expert on all this stuff?
No, I'm just the gardener.
Aw. Don't show yourself short, buddy.
I was in my greenhouse, watering and weeding.
Sounds exciting.
Was anyone else around?
Not at first. Penelope came in a little later. She likes looking at the flowers, I think.
Did you
Okay.
speak to each other?
A little, not too much. We both left the greenhouse in the early afternoon. I went up to my room. Then I came back outside to weed the main gardens. Didn't see anyone else. After that, I went up to the garden outside my room.
And
Let me guess. Water
Did more
and
reading?
weeding.
Right.
did anything happen to you yesterday, Fitz?
No. Okay.
I was up in the rooftop garden. It was quiet. And then, it wasn't. I can't describe it. Could have been a scream, but it didn't sound human. We thought it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there.
We?
Poppy was with me. Did I not mention that? Flora's room was locked. That's normal. She usually locks it from the inside. I knocked on the door and shouted. Nobody responded. We became concerned.
You kicked the door down?
I did. Poppy and I went in. Freya was right there, laying on her back. Flora was there too, but I barely noticed her at first. Poppy left the room for a while. When she came back, she had her father with her, and Fifi too. Penelope arrived shortly after that, with Felix in tow. I thought that was odd. You don't normally see the two of them together. Felix took charge. There was nothing else I could do to help. I wanted to go back to my room, but I realized nobody had told Detective Hawkshaw anything. I found her pacing back and forth around the stone square. When I approached her, she snapped at me. I think she was annoyed about being made to wait outside so long. But when I told her about Freya, she fell silent.
Okay. Well, thank you, kind sir.
Fitz's room is unlocked. It's up in the fellow tower.
Okay.
This could be interesting.
Let's go later. Alright, we're gonna start top and work our way down. Why not? I don't know. Okay, don't gyrate like that, friend. Hi.
Shh, listen. Do you hear them? The stars. They're whispering. So quiet, and yet so loud.
What are
Okay.
they whispering about?
Your hair is the
Are
shape of a
whispering
house
about
roof,
us?
dude.
I shouldn't think they concern themselves with such insignificance. We are but specks of dust, you and I.
Mm-hmm. Could this speck of dust start by telling me his name?
You find yourself standing in the astronomy tower of one Professor Percival Pointer.
Seems like this tower belongs to the Pointers, and the other one belongs to the Fellows.
Well observed, my dear. Tangle Tower is something of a duality as it happens. Meaningless boundaries, really. They exist only in our minds.
Okay.
Full.
Tell me about yourself, friend.
Me? Not much to say. Strictly speaking, I'm the current head of the Pointer family. And of course, father to my precious Poppy.
And a professional astronomer?
Oh no, that's just a little hobby. I mean, yes, I've studied the stars for over 35 years.
Okay.
Published 17 books.
Just
Only
a
17?
hobby.
Only 17?
Sounds
Not
like
20?
you're quite well known. You must bring in a good amount of money.
Oh dear me, no.
Nobody buys my
field of
books.
Research has never yielded any kind of stable financial
Damn.
return.
Must
Nor
suck.
would I expect it to. I am nothing but a humble interpreter for the cosmos, working to translate its message so that I may share it with the world.
Cool. Tell
Cool.
the cosmos I say hi.
Can you tell us about yesterday?
Day began as any other, with blissful, unremarkable routine.
Well, a
I
routine
took
is
my
good.
morning walk around the gardens. Fresh air does wonders for the mind.
Did you see anyone else?
Penelope and Fitz were in the greenhouse together. I didn't bother them, of course. I sat for a while besides the pond in the garden. It's a favorite spot of mine. Eventually, I returned to my tower and buried myself in my studies for the afternoon.
Did you use your telescope yesterday?
Once the stars began to appear, naturally.
For how long?
I can't say. I've been known to lose hours at my telescope.
Did you see anything?
No actual discoveries, if that's what you mean.
So you were all alone up in the astronomy tower. Must have been a while before you found out what had happened to Freya.
Quite. Normally, I would be the last to find out about such a thing. But a curious tug of fate led me towards the fellow tower later that evening.
Okay.
I was at my telescope for the majority of the evening, but at one point I returned to my desk to look something up in a reference book. I couldn't find the book I wanted, so I figured Fiona must have borrowed it. I left my tower and headed down towards the Grand Hall. I spotted Detective Hawkshaw coming out of the library. She looked impatient and slightly frustrated.
Same as ever then?
Quite. I passed her by and went upstairs to Fiona's room. The door was locked, but I could hear shouting coming from inside. I recognized Fiona's voice as well as the voice of my own daughter. I had no desire to invade their privacy by eavesdropping, so I waited for them to finish and come out into the hall. Before I could ask about the book, Poppy grabbed my hand and took me upstairs along with Fiona. It was apparent that both of them had already been crying about something. We went up to Flora's tower. Freya was laying on her back, right in the middle of the room. Flora and Fitz were already there. They both looked stoic as ever. Felix and Penny arrived shortly after we did, and then Fiona went downstairs with Poppy for some reason. I quickly decided that I should leave also. I took Penelope with me, and we both went back to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
Why did you leave so quickly? Wasn't there anything you could have done to help?
Don't take this the wrong way, but the whole ordeal is fellow family business. I'm quite sure they don't need me getting in the way at a time like that.
Okay. Curious.
You know, I've always wanted one of those.
A mechanical solar
Yeah.
system?
Have it on display.
What would you do with it?
I would look at it.
Wait a minute. Earth in the middle, sun on the outside. How old is this thing?
Oh. Oh. Got it. Okay. Okay.
That's the one.
There you go.
Hey, not bad. Did you hear that? Something unlocked.
There's a little hatch underneath? What's in there?
A bunch of paper. Looks like somebody's research.
A golden beetle. Various research notes and diagrams. 4. The golden beetle, named for its exoskeleton composed of a mineral approximately 90% identical to gold, has a lifespan of several years. It fends off predators with a loud hiss, records of over 95 decibels, and by being completely undigestible. This mistid has a somewhat spurious reputation for causing ill fortune to those that see it. Gold, AU, okay, 4. Fine by me.
It's tidier than my desk. The notebook is untouched. It's completely blank.
So, even the most well-used notebooks start off blank.
That's true. Okay, well, let's go somewhere else then. Let's go in the main tall side room. The aviary. Hello. Hi, Penelope.
Oh, just beautiful. What is it?
Huh?
Sort of a delicate jade, but with a little seafoam green, is that right?
Sorry?
Your hair.
Dear. Which shade do you use? It's lovely. And that shape, you're really pushing the envelope.
Oh, thanks.
It's
I did
natural.
what I can to offset Grimoire's beige on brown ensemble.
Detectives don't need to be brightly colored. We prefer to blend into the background.
Oh, you're the detective? Delightful. Penny
Okay.
Porter, pleasure.
Is that short for Penelope?
Officially, yes, but I never can be bothered with all 4 syllables of it. Penelope sounds a little ostentatious coming out of the mouth, don't you think?
Sure. Yeah.
Who is Penelope? I guess. Sure. Let's go epic the musical with this.
Aquarius, love to travel. And
Oh, you're an Aquarius too, bitch. Me too. Let's go.
Birds.
Travel.
Okay.
Where to?
Anywhere at all, as long as it has species worth studying. Ornithology, they call it. I'd call it the only thing I've ever been good at.
And have you studied the birds here at Tangle Tower?
But of course! Where else do you think I developed my love of the field? No matter where I go, I always find myself coming home to Tangle Tower.
Because of the birds.
Of course.
No, because of him. Silly to admit, but I suppose I can't bear for us to be apart.
Who are you talking about?
Oh, don't you know? My fiancé, dear Fitz. He's
Oh.
not really the traveling type, you see.
Fitz fellow.
The very one.
You're engaged to a member of the Fellow family? That's interesting.
I'm not especially interested in whatever tedious feuding goes on between our two families. Fitz and I find it much easier to stay out of it altogether.
Yeah. Okay. What was going on yesterday?
I awoke early and headed down into the greenhouse to see Fitz. He's always there. Crack of dawn, every morning like clockwork.
How come?
It's where he's happiest. That, and he has a great deal of work to do every day. Watering, pruning, mulching, whatever that is.
Do you help him with the work in the greenhouse?
Absolutely not.
No. I wouldn't dream of it. I'd probably break something.
So, you stayed with Fitz the whole day?
No. In the early afternoon, he went back inside. Rather suddenly, as it happens.
Did he say why?
He didn't. Probably just a touch of heat stroke, the poor dear. He's more delicate than you'd think.
What did you do after that?
Let's see. I returned to the aviary to feed my birds.
And how many birds are you responsible for?
Officially 4, but in truth it's more like 400.
Can they not feed themselves?
Of course, and they often do. But I think they just like the company. As do I.
Okay. Can you tell me what happened yesterday?
Sometime in the evening, I left the aviary and headed back towards my room. But in the hall, I spotted Uncle Pointer heading down the stairs. He was muttering something. Seemed a bit upset, the poor dear. I followed him down, but the grand hall was empty by the time I got there. Empty aside from Detective Hawkshaw, who was loitering over by the library. I don't know what it was, but she looked a little lost. I inquired about the professor, and she told me he'd gone up the Fellow Tower. I ran up the stairs, hoping to catch up with him, but Felix appeared and blocked my path. For some reason, he was coming out of Fitz's bedroom. He looked rather lost, too. I told him I was looking for Uncle. He suggested we look up in Flora's tower room. We could see from the hallway. The door was off its hinges. I knew then something was terribly wrong. A moment later, we were gazing down on the body of poor Freya. Uncle Pointer was there. Fitz, too, standing over in the corner with Fifi and Poppy.
What about Flora?
Of course, silent as ever. Uncle suggested we should leave. Give the others some space, you know. So he and I both returned to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
Okay. No.
Not a fan of insects. Whose research is this?
We were hoping you might know.
No, can't say I... Freya, perhaps. I know she was always very fond of grubby little things like this.
Okay.
Noted.
This one. Oh, so I can ask people about these
Taken an
things.
Interest in extinct animals.
Extinct.
Oh, yes. The book is very old. Most of the birds in it are long gone.
Well, what about this bird, though? The ink dip.
This one? Well, it was thought to be extinct for a long time. Then one was found here at Tangle Tower.
So it's not extinct.
You misunderstand. It was the last one. The very last.
Oh. Okay. Well, I don't really want to ask him about anything quite yet.
We can get into Penny's room now.
Now, like, right now?
We'll go later.
My little writing desk.
There's some pages ripped out, though.
There's nothing written in the book, although someone's torn a page out of the middle. Check out that butterfly.
Looks evil.
Wow, judgmental.
An especially fancy cage.
And it's home to 3 especially fancy birds.
Yeah, it's this thing.
I don't like mirrors. They steal your soul.
How do you get your hair so symmetrical without using a mirror?
I do it by weight. I can feel if one side is heavier than the other.
Ah, okay. Well, I guess let's head out then. Then I guess let's go to the music room and then we'll start exploring everything else. We haven't seen Poppy yet. She's here. Hi. Okay.
Oh, whatever it is, it's playing a little trumpet.
There's some shattered glass nearby.
Well, it is the music room. He's got to practice.
What's with all the broken glass?
Yeah. A shiny statue of a strange creature holding a large horn. There's a noticeable crack running along the length of the statue's horn. Inside the horn and on the ground are various shards of cracked glass. Okay. Oh, hi. Hello.
Are you a ghost?
Sally! That's rude!
Unless she is a ghost.
It may come as a disappointment, but I am alive.
Oh, that's not a disappointment.
That makes you a suspect, I'm afraid.
I know.
What's your name?
My name is Poppy. I'm a pointer. And a pianist.
We'll need to ask you a few questions about Freya.
I know.
Hey, you're pretty good.
All in the wrist. And 13 years of dedicated practice.
Yep. Tell me about yourself.
I'm just me. There's nothing to know.
How are you related to the other pointers?
My father is Percival Pointer. The professor spends most of his time hidden away in his tower. Barely speaks to anyone these days. Especially not the fellows.
Do you get on with the fellows?
2 of them. Fifi and Freya are my closest friends. We all turned 19 last year.
Do people ever leave Tangle Tower? I don't mean to be rude. It's just, if you're 19...
You don't have to answer that, Poppy.
It's a fair question. I'd like to move away. Definitely. Fifi, Freya, and I would often talk about it, argue about it.
Oh, okay.
Freya wanted to leave, but Fifi... things are more complicated for her.
What about now?
After what happened, I really don't want to stay here much longer.
Well, what can you tell me about yesterday?
3.5 hours of piano practice. Soon as I wake up. Same as always.
3.5. Does that not hurt your hands?
Sure.
And you do this in the music room?
No, I prefer to practice in my room. When I make mistakes, I like to make them in private.
What did you do after that?
I was supposed to meet Fifi in the library, but I totally forgot. When I finally got down there, she'd already gone. I checked her bedroom, but it was locked.
Was Fifi not in there?
No idea. She keeps her door locked either way. So I went back upstairs and out into the moonlight garden.
The what?
The little garden on the roof outside my room.
Was it just you up there?
No. Fitz came outside after a while. His room's on the other side. He's been teaching me about flowers.
So, did you talk to him?
Not really.
You ignored each other.
I didn't say that.
Okay. Well, give me a statement, please.
Fitz and I were up in the moonlight garden most of the afternoon. Then we heard this sound. Lasted about 3 seconds. I've been trying to decide how to describe it, but I'm struggling. It was like something drilling into a piece of metal, but different. Worse. I was pretty sure it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there to check. Her door was locked. Nobody was answering. I knew Freya and Flora were both supposed to be in there, so I made Fitz kick down the door. I went inside. Freya was lying on the floor.
Flora was in the room too?
Yeah. I think she realized what had happened at the same moment I did. I didn't know what to do, so I ran downstairs to get Fifi. Her door was still locked, but I knocked and shouted at her. Eventually, she let me in. The lights were off, but I could see she'd already been crying. I told her what had happened. She didn't believe me. She got angry. First time I've ever seen her angry. I dragged her out into the hall. My father was there too, for some reason. The 3 of us went back up to Flora's tower. Then Felix arrived. He had Penny with him. Fifi had this idea. She wanted to do some kind of scientific test. She took me down to the library. We were in there about 15 minutes. After she was done, she went back upstairs and I went back to my room.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay. Well,
All right. Poppy's bedroom is unlocked.
I wonder what's in there.
That's all the statements.
Let's go over them all.
Okay, let's do that later, because I want to go through the rooms real quick. Because if these lead to the garden, I kind of want to look at the garden as well. Poppy's room, okay.
It's a metronome for keeping time.
Let's look closer.
It's ticking. Is it a bomb?
It's supposed to be ticking.
Okay.
Not sure what those symbols are, though.
Use the buttons. Oh, okay. Oh, I get it. Okay. Okay. Okay.
I did it. What do I win?
Not bad. What happened?
Little hatch unlocked in the back.
Always secret hatches, man.
Mm-hmm. It's a photograph.
Look at this
Art.
photograph.
A photograph.
Oh. The ripped photo shows a young girl with blonde hair and pink clothes. The girl in the photo is using a bright pink cassette player with matching headphones. Okay. I'm guessing that could be a younger version of Poppy, maybe?
Gloomy.
But roomy. A big glass door leads out into a garden. Somehow.
There's a little mechanism by the handle.
Well, let's open it up. Oh. Oh, okay.
Nothing. Still locked.
All 4 tiles have a moon symbol.
Those other symbols look like suns. Surely that's something to do with it?
I think it is, but in an abstract kind of way.
Okay. Hold on. Let's just get all these out. But do I make the opposite of it? I don't know.
Nope.
Maybe the information we need isn't here.
So where is it?
Somewhere else.
Okay. Alright.
I guess we'll come back later.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to.
Sheet music. Presumably for piano.
Yes.
It's only a few notes. I'd barely even call that music.
Yeah, it's been framed though. Must be important for some reason.
Okay. There's a piece of paper on the floor.
More handwritten sheet music.
Okay, cool. Alright, I guess that's all we can do here. Let's go down to Poppy's room.
That's some flower.
There's something weird about it. It just feels out of place.
A brightly colored flower with an unusual shape. It looks healthy and well looked after. The soil in the pot looks fresh and moist, but also an unusual blue color. Okay. I mean, I don't see anything that's gonna scream at me.
A little bedtime reading?
Let's see. Romance novels, detective novels, and
What?
this one appears to be both.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, well, I don't really see anything else worthwhile to, like, investigate. Maybe this?
It's a birdhouse.
Are those real birds?
Yeah, we can look closer, I guess.
Nope. They're wooden.
Okay.
They're using up all the perches. What if a real bird wanted to use it?
Swap the position of the 7 birds. Oh, okay, hold on. Now, hold on, let's think. This is a family tree, right? So if I try to switch these two, right? Is it also based on color? I don't think it could be based on color. Well, maybe. Because if I go this one, and this one... Well, let's switch these two. Then put blue there? Is that it? I think that has to be it, because, like, left, right, center, with the mouth a little bit open, mouth open wider, mouth shut smaller, half open eye. That has to be it.
That's the one.
I love that puzzle.
Not bad.
That puzzle was fun. What do we get?
Did the door open? What's in there?
Now I'll get her. A ripped piece of paper crumpled into a ball. Red flower petals were found inside. A message is angrily scrawled on the paper. Now I'll get her. Okay. Well, let's check the other two rooms then. Let's go with Fitz's room. Oh, what's that thing? Oh, is that like the reviewing of the information? Fitz's room is so small.
It's a little handmade card. Someone's drawn a heart on the front. Inside it says, to Fitz, from PP.
Okay.
An empty glass and an empty plate.
Looking at it is making me want to cry.
Why?
I don't know. That poor plant.
Looks pretty healthy to me.
Healthy, but sad. I think it would rather be outside.
Doesn't look soft. Oh, wow.
What?
It's a big empty space.
Okay. Which is a concern.
Oh, wow.
What?
It's a big empty space.
Hello?
Not hidden very well, is it?
No.
Doesn't need to be. It's locked.
Is it a key? Oh.
It's a combination lock. Sort of.
I don't know if I have enough for this right now. Oh, these two kind of line up. I don't think I have enough then. The only other thing I can think of is like if these two connect, which they don't. Okay, I don't think I have
Let's
enough.
take a break.
It's locked, but it leads outside.
Interesting.
I thought we were halfway up a tower.
We are.
What's that thing by the handle?
Oh, okay. So then if it's the sun and moon, it's this, right? There you go.
It made a noise.
I guess that was right. And the door's still locked.
I still feel like we made some sort of progress.
Okay, so let's go do poppies then. Because we have the other combination. If we need to organize the moons, we have that now.
Oh, thank goodness, there are 7 lit candles. Wouldn't want it to be dark in here.
I was really trying to look at the flower though, but okay.
A single red rose. How very traditional.
Yeah.
Weird.
Alright, let's go for the door.
A big glass leads out.
There's a little mechanism by the handle.
So it goes... I think it goes this way? Hold on.
Nothing.
Okay.
Still on. Those other symbols look like...
I think it is.
Okay, so let's go flip them. There you go.
Something happened.
That must be it. Finally, it's open.
Whatever's on the other side better be worth it.
Better be worth it. Was because could this be where the weapon is? We found the weapon now? Okay.
Giant stone frog. Love it.
Yeah.
He's got his tongue out like he's catching snowflakes.
Except those aren't snowflakes. They're feathers.
Okay. Okay.
It's another little statue, doing a really bad job of hiding in the bushes.
He's playing a lute this time.
He's also wearing headphones.
Well, they're not part of the statue. And they're not headphones. They're earmuffs.
Okay.
A little pond.
It looks really, really deep for some reason. See those metal bars around the edges too?
Oh yeah. What are you supposed to for?
Nothing anymore. Looks like somebody broke them and then never bothered.
Well,
to
it
fix
leads to the aquarium in the center. That's fair. I don't know if there's anything else for me to do out here. I mean, there's a really conspicuous rose bush.
Growing on a little patch of bluish soil. Apart from a couple of loose petals on one side, the whole thing looks very well cared for.
The roses are bright red too.
Now, aren't roses normally that color?
Exactly.
It's a rose bush.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
It's so I might just stay
Oh,
here.
shut up.
That'd be
Okay, sorry. I didn't really want to listen to that. We're here to look in Fifi's room now. What a fun science room. Okay.
Fifi's got something pinned up here.
What is all this? It's Detective Hawkshaw. It's Poppy. That's actually a pretty good drawing.
Is that supposed to be me? Why do I look so angry?
That's just the face you make when you're thinking. Does make you wonder, though. When did Fifi draw all this?
Yeah.
And that's you, Sally.
What? I do not look like that. Do I?
Not that, like, shocked. Okay. All right.
Did you notice who isn't on here?
Herself?
Freya?
Freya?
Mm-hmm. And Fifi herself.
So maybe she's deducing who's the murderer and it's not her. How would it be her? She's like, it's clearly me.
It's a magnifying glass. A big one.
How come you don't have one of those?
Why? Because I'm a detective?
Why not?
Should I start smoking a pipe, too?
You couldn't pull off a pipe.
Yeah, you're right.
What's that big book on the desk?
Looks like something Fifi's been writing.
Is it a clue?
I hope not. It's just a bunch of notes about her microbiology experiments.
Crystal chandeliers. Extra fancy.
I don't know. They just seem old-fashioned to me. Plus, they're kinda dusty.
It looks like a microscope. A big one.
Can I touch it? I'm not sure this is a microscope.
Oh. I'm making shapes today. Okay. Okay, so I need to make this one smaller, I think. But then this part bigger. Okay. There's a break in it.
I guess that's wrong.
The four
Okay.
lenses all have different magnification strengths, so they must each have a specific position along the rail.
Okay. So then do I do this one here? Doesn't look quite right. Then maybe it's not +2. Could it be +3? And then, yeah, okay.
Nope.
You
Nope.
need to magnify different parts of the image, so they line up into the shape of a key.
Thank you, I got that.
Looks like you might need to overlap some of the lenses too.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Then does the +2 go there? And then this one, right?
Nothing.
Nope.
You want to start by finding the parts that are too small and or vice versa.
Oh. So I need to switch these two. So that's gonna make that too thick. So then we switch these two? No. That has to be it then.
That's the one.
There we go.
Hey, not bad.
I was just afraid of the gap. I'm like, do I have to fix the gap too?
Sounds like it unlocked.
Yeah, it's built on top of a little metal box.
Interesting.
There's a book in here.
Secret diary, a well-used book resembling a diary, locked with a strange metal device.
A new
suspect. Don't think you can get out being questioned
Yeah.
just because you're a bear.
I'm innocent, I promise.
Save it for the judge.
Okay. That's all the rooms. What does this one say? Okay, statement suspects.
All the statements collected. Let's run through them all to see if anything doesn't add up.
To see if
Okay.
anyone's been lying.
That
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Fitz and I were up in the Moonlight Garden most of the afternoon. Then we heard this sound. Lasted
Okay.
about 3 seconds.
We thought it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there.
Her door was locked. Nobody was answering. So I made Fitz kick down the door.
Poppy and I went in. Freya was right there, laying on her back.
I
Okay.
left my tower and headed down towards the Grand Hall.
But in the hall, I spotted Uncle Pointer heading down the stairs. I vacated the library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer appeared.
I didn't know what to do. So I ran downstairs to get Fifi.
I heard someone heading down the stairs, just outside my room.
Someone began banging on the door. I ignored it until the someone began shouting at me.
Eventually, she let me in.
I spotted Detective Hawkshaw coming out of the library.
He emerged from the Pointer staircase, crossed the hall, and begun up the fellow staircase. As I was
Okay.
passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me. I inquired about the professor, and she told me he'd gone up the fellow tower.
I told her what had happened. She didn't believe me. She got angry.
I thought she was playing a trick on me, so I punched her in the face.
I recognized Fiona's voice as well as the voice of my own daughter.
We left the room, and Poppy's father was waiting outside. He followed us upstairs.
I ran up the stairs, hoping to catch up with him, but Felix appeared and blocked my path.
Back in the hallway, I bumped into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading up Fellow Tower to find Professor Pointer, so I escorted her.
Poppy left the room for a while. When she came back, she had her father with her, and Fifi too.
Felix and Penny arrived shortly after we did.
A moment later, we were
Okay.
gazing down on the body of poor Freya.
Then I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting.
She took me down to the library. We were in there about 15 minutes.
I quickly decided that I should leave also. I took Penelope with me, and we both went back to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
I wanted to go back to my room, but I realized nobody had told Detective Hawkshaw anything.
An unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his appearance.
I think she was annoyed about being made to wait outside so long. But when I
Oh.
told her about Freya, she fell silent.
That's disappointing.
What is?
All the statements line up with each other.
They don't just line up. Some of them even seem to specifically confirm each other.
Yeah. Okay. Alright. Well, I mean, that's fair. Alright. Can I look at that thing?
What are they?
Wind chimes. Silent. Wooden wind chimes.
Why is silent? Okay. Alright, I guess the next thing we are gonna do is start looking at interrogating some of these people with items, but I kind of want to look at this thing real quick. Well, hold on. Can I look at what we have? Okay. Ah, okay. Not really. Okay.
I'm still not sure about this thing.
Should we take another look?
Well, no. If I had a guess, oh, that's piano. Okay. Okay, well that's fair.
Let's come back later.
Okay. Alright, I guess let's start with Fitz. I don't really know if I have anything to confront him with. Hey. Uh,
A flower.
Yeah, it's a flower.
yeah.
I found it in Penny's room.
Okay.
Mean anything to you?
Why would it?
Come on.
I don't really go into Penny's room or anywhere in Pointer Tower. I just don't have a reason to.
Okay, well that's a bold-faced lie.
Penelope is my fiancée.
Don't take this the wrong way, but Penny doesn't really strike me as your type.
She's not who she pretends to be. People think she's... well, they make assumptions.
And how's the relationship doing recently?
Good. It's good.
Oh, I can just ask him about everybody? Okay, well let's just ask him about everybody.
I imagine you don't visit the astronomy tower too often, do you?
No, but I still see Pointer, sometimes. He's
the
always
garden.
curious about what I'm growing in the greenhouse. Asks me about the birds, too, and insects. He's pretty clued up on his evolutionary biology.
I didn't think there was much
Okay.
overlap between astronomy and biology.
Well, what was your relationship with
She was
Freya?
always kind to me. She'd come into the greenhouse when I was working, sometimes by herself, sometimes with Poppy. I think they were just bored at first. Eventually, they started asking questions.
About what?
Poppy
plants.
wanted to learn about flowers. Freya, she used to ask me about the insects.
Insects?
One of my jobs is to protect plants from things that might eat them. Freya brought me this little glass box, leaves and twigs inside. She'd say, put all the troublemakers in there. Every day I'd put a handful of beetles and other things in the box. Then she'd come along and take it away. I didn't really understand her, but she was always kind.
Okay.
I
Flora?
like Flora. I hope she's all right.
Do you think she had anything to do with the murder?
There's no way. She wouldn't willingly cause any additional suffering for anyone.
Felix?
Felix is a contradiction. His loyalties are placed firmly within the realm of materialism, money, property. But his ego relies on an entirely fraudulent self-image, don't you think?
I was just about to say the same thing.
Okay.
Fifi doesn't like me.
What did you do?
I'm not sure. If you find out, maybe you can let me know.
What about yourself?
Have you met this guy, Fitz? Shifty eyes, doesn't say a lot. Totally suspicious, if you ask me.
That's me.
Yeah, it was a joke. I was joking.
Oh, I see.
Okay. Not a great joke, all things considered, you know? You know much Poppy?
and I are friends.
Oh, I can buy that. Dark clothes, blue hair, an average of 3 words per sentence. Oh, you're like 2 peas in a pod.
She's very kind, and she has an interest in plants. Unusual flowers, mostly. I've been teaching her.
Right.
Is something wrong?
I don't know.
She questioned me.
About what?
My work, the plants, bit of everything.
Did she search the greenhouse?
No, she didn't.
You sure? Maybe she did it when you weren't in there.
No, she hasn't touched it.
How can you tell?
Trust me. I can tell.
Okay, so we asked him about everything. And you still want to ignore that?
A flower.
Yeah, it's a flower. We found it in Penny's room.
Okay.
Mean anything to you?
Why would it?
Come on.
I don't really go into Penny's room or anywhere in Pointer Tower. I just don't have a reason to.
Okay. You know anything about the harp
It's of
statue?
no interest to me, but I overheard Poppy and Freya talking about it once.
What were they saying?
They
I don't
were
remember.
arguing about something, but I can't remember the details.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Is there anything to do in here?
This one's in a little pot.
Okay, that is definitely not edible.
It looks like a gemstone, don't you think?
Okay. I ask you about it?
This is a good example of how things work. I mix that soil here in the greenhouse. It's made with water from the lake.
And it makes the fruit grow all shiny and gem-stony.
Sometimes. You never really know what's going to happen.
And what do you do with this shiny and edible fruit?
You look at it.
Okay, fair enough. Do I confront Poppy? I guess. Let's just go ask Poppy some questions. Fuck it.
Are they paper lanterns?
Whatever they are, I like them. It's
Yeah.
like a little parade of floating spirits.
Okay. Hey. I need to ask you about some things. This thing.
Look at me. I didn't break it.
Does anybody else use the music room?
Yes. I don't know who, but I can tell when somebody else has touched the piano.
Okay. Your little loot
Do you
statue?
know where those earmuffs came from?
I put them there.
Why?
I found them lying around. I think they belonged to Fitz. I put them on the statue so he'd see them. I thought they looked like headphones, like he's in the recording studio with his guitar.
That's cute.
No?
If they do belong to Fitz, he hasn't taken them back yet. When did you find them?
This morning.
Where?
I don't know, in a hallway. I can't remember exactly.
Okay. Your sheet
Yeah,
music?
It's mine.
It's incomplete. Can you play the tune for us?
Can you play the tune for us?
Sure. It's literally 8 notes. I have it memorized.
Okay.
Those pedals.
What about them?
It's nothing. They're just unusual.
Okay.
It
Gramophone?
was my mother's originally.
So, why is it up in Flora's room?
She just gets the most use out of it. Freya would borrow it too sometimes.
Okay. I mean, I can ask about everything.
I don't know what that is.
Weird, considering we found it hidden in your room.
Well, my room is full of junk. There's probably a bunch of stuff hidden in there. I don't mean like
A murder
stop
weapon.
talking to me.
Okay, well, let's just ask questions.
Hard of head, but free of mind.
Oh,
Unimprisoned,
nice.
Unconfined. With starry eyes, she sees beyond. Behind our walls, beneath our pond. A soul untied. It's hers, it's free. Was then, is now, will ever be.
Okay, you're gonna speak in rhyme for everybody? Yes, you are.
Aimless noise from tongues expel, unless within the mouth they dwell. The spoken word, unfit for dealing with the shifting form of feeling. Stand unblinking in the face of taciturn and soundless space.
Okay. What's Felix's?
Foregone drifter, holding fast. Days as shadow seeker past. Is it bravery or surrender? Accepting that your world will render nothing darker than the gloom. Some 4 walls make round a room.
Okay.
Between the lips a silver spoon, a story written all too soon. The chosen dwelling of her heart, unjustly chosen to depart. Lost her liberation lays in the center of a maze.
Okay.
Softly does the flower grow, all in time, and time is slow. Rest a seed within the earth, but do not rush its gentle birth. Hour by hour, day by day, tune your heart to nature's way.
Okay.
That's me. I'm on a list of murder suspects. Always thought that would be kinda cool, but it's just tedious.
Falls a little short, doesn't it?
Okay. Hawkshaw.
With its surging tide, the waves are thrown, an entity of all its own. But on its surface you may see, reflected in the waters be, the orchestrator, pale and still, pulling strings, enacting will.
Alright, pointer?
Eavesdrop what the stars are saying, earthly tether, slowly fraying, floating
Interesting.
helpless from the worst of jealous hunger, selfish thirst. Take a moment, kneel and meet the flowers growing at your feet.
Last one is Penny.
Feathers flashing in the light, from a sunbeam gleaming bright. I shield my eyes and turn my head, but all at once I've been misled. Light is shining on the stage, but through the railings of a cage.
Okay, not bad. Alright. I mean, nothing else strikes me in this room, so we're gonna go somewhere else. Let's go here real quick. I just want to take a look at the tapestry on the wall again. Okay.
What is that?
I think it's a family tree.
Okay, so Fiona, Fitz, Freya, Poppy, Penelope.
Richard,
The
Relly.
one and only.
Okay.
It's not locked.
It's not locked. Alright, let's go see Fifi.
A chalkboard.
Is this a library or a classroom?
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H.
Any idea what this means?
Not a clue.
I'm not sure I learned anything from that.
Yeah. Hey. That was Freya.
Name, Freya Fellow. Age, 19. Profession, artist. Deceased. Understand this. Most people find me difficult. They exhibit a noticeable degree of discomfort when talking to me. There it is. Freya,
Yeah.
who had a way of being an exception to any given rule, was not at all like this. She is very important, and I will not rest until I understand what has happened to her.
Did you spend a lot of time with Freya recently?
I will say this. In the past year, Freya became 1. Increasingly independent, and 2. Increasingly isolated.
Do you know why?
I do not. If you are looking for a speculative, empathetic opinion, try asking Poppy instead.
The three of you are friends.
We are of a similar age, and all
So therefore
highly
friends.
gifted. 1 scientist, 1 artist, and 1 musician.
Sounds like quite a team.
I guess Pointer?
Name, Percival Pointer. Age, 57. Profession, none.
I'm pretty sure he's an astronomer.
Oh yes, of course. How uncharacteristically forgetful of me.
Penny.
Name, Penelope Pointer. Age, 27. Profession, ornithologist. Likes, birds. Dislikes, insects. Notes, Penelope is very beautiful. I have never had very much in common with her.
Okay. Poppy.
Name, Poppy Pointer. Age, 19. Profession,
I love you.
Oh. Apparently, Poppy has defaced my notes. Under profession, I had, of course, originally written pianist, but she has crossed that out and written the ghost of Christmas yet to come.
Cute. Fritz.
Name, Fitzfellow. Age,
Fitz.
24. Profession, cryptobotanist. Likes soil, dislikes electric lights.
Hang on. Cryptobotanist? I thought he was just a gardener.
That may well be his preferred label. Mine, however, is more accurate.
Do you and Fitz not see eye to eye, Fifi?
We do not.
Well, I wouldn't have thought so. He's well over 6 foot and you've got to be just barely 5.
So, what's your problem with him?
Exactly 1 week ago, I witnessed him sneaking up Pointer Tower. He was making every effort to avoid detection.
So?
He was also carrying a knife.
Oh.
Name, Hawkshaw. Age, unknown. Profession, private detective. Likes, quote, being left alone. Dislikes, quote, being constantly badgered by a weirdo nerd with a clipboard.
Damn. Roasted girl.
Name, Flora Fellow.
Hi, Flora.
Age, 44.
Damn, she's 44? She looks like she's 80.
Likes, unknown. Dislikes.
Talking, I was gonna say.
Isn't she your mother? How do you not know anything?
I believe other people may have discovered methods of reaching her, but I have little capacity for interpreting nonverbal communication.
And how long has Flora been
Nonverbal.
non-verbal?
She has always been quiet, willing to speak when necessary, but not more.
So, what happened to make her stop talking entirely?
She suffered a great loss, something she has been unable to move beyond.
Okay.
Name, Felix Fellow. Age, 53. Profession, none. Likes, collecting objects of negligible monetary value and assigning them personal value. Dislikes, the inescapable realities of human existence. Notes, Felix is my father and legal guardian.
And, is he a good dad?
I have no point of comparison, but I would say no.
No.
Damn.
Why not?
You asked me a binary question. Do not get upset that I provided one of the 2 possible answers.
What makes him a bad father, Fifi?
He has trouble expressing his emotions, and something of a willful detachment from reality.
Okay.
Huh. Just like you, then.
Grimoire.
No, he is quite correct.
Okay, and then yourself.
Name, Fiona Fellow. Age, 19. Profession, amateur microbiologist. Likes, the meaningful archiving of information. Dislikes, the superfluous window dressing accompanying the majority of human contact. Notes, kindly disregard the polysyllabic form of my given forename and refer to me instead as Fifi.
How come you prefer Fifi?
How come you prefer Grimoire?
Good
How are you
point.
related to the other fellows?
Fitz is my cousin. His father, a man named Flint, was my uncle.
Was?
I
He
do not
died.
know if Flint is alive or not.
Okay.
He left Tangle Tower a long time ago.
And what about Freya? How are you related to her?
We share exactly one grandparent. A book. My book.
And what's in it?
Pages.
Cool.
Who is that in the photo?
I'm quite sure that I have no idea.
Lies.
The gramophone belongs to Poppy, but I believe she gave it to my mother, and my mother often loaned it to Freya. Or maybe it is the other way around.
When did it get cracked?
I cannot pinpoint it exactly. All I know is that it must have happened sometime in the last 2 days.
You know anything about this?
Now, this is interesting. Where did you find it?
In the astronomy tower.
And yet, it does not concern the field of astronomy.
Nope.
In fact, you could even say that entomology is the exact opposite of astronomy.
Yeah. You could.
I would not say that, however.
Oh. You wouldn't?
No, it would be quite naive. To study
Yeah.
science in any field is to study the connections between all matter in the universe, living or inanimate.
You know anything about the bird book?
Do you know who was reading this book?
It belongs to my mother.
And she left it in the library?
No, my mother has not been in the library for some time.
You know
the
this?
statue itself does not interest me, but I do wish to know about those symbols on the heart. Have you deciphered their meaning yet?
We're working on it.
We are.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I really care for. You know anything about this?
What a mess. Penelope should tidy up after herself.
These weren't dropped by Penny. They were dropped by birds, I think.
My argument stands.
Okay. You know anything about the horn statue?
Why did Poppy leave shards of glass all over this statue?
What makes you think it was Poppy?
The statue lives in the music room. Who else would it be?
Fair enough. Okay. Alright, I think that's where we're gonna end it for the today then. We should search the workshop. Which is where? This. Okay.
Books about geography.
Skip.
Okay. Let's save it there. This was fun. I enjoyed this. Let's go see who's streaming tonight. Thank you for anyone who may be lurking. I hope you're all having a wonderful weekend. Or had a wonderful weekend. It is now Sunday night, so, you know, weekend is over. All that jazz. Let's see what people are playing and who we can go send a raid over to. Ooh. Let's say hello to Kamikster. Why not? They're currently playing. Thank you, Structured. I hope you've been well. Let's go say hello to Kamikster. They're currently playing Claire Obscure Expedition 33. I mean, I've heard of it, but I've never played it. But I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I typed that in right. Hell yeah. And then I'll see you, probably not tomorrow because I have a midterm. Another one. Hooray. So I'll be home later than normal from work. But yeah, I will see you guys on Tuesday as we finish up. No, we're starting, Unicorn Overlord on Tuesday, and we're probably going to be finishing up on Wednesday and Thursday, Tales of Symphonia and Iron Chronicles, respectively. So I hope you all have a wonderful evening. I love you all so much, and I'll see you guys soon. Enjoy the raid, my friends, and have a wonderful night. I'll see you later.